Good to see you, Panos.
Good to see you too, man.
Yeah.
Very beautiful landscape you have.
Yeah, totally. It's just the springtime.
It-
You can see the fresh green coming out on the trees.
One
Yeah.
day when I will grow up and I will become a bit older, I will come to visit you.
Excellent. One
Big
day when
game,
I,
huh?
yeah, when I grow up. Exactly. I like that. Uh,
We are together with Yorgos now here in the
Yorgos.
office. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to
You
meet you.
must, yeah. You
Nice.
remember? You remember Yorgos?
Did we actually meet?
He was in the cooperative in the days that you came, I think.
Okay. I don't think
He-
that.
He's the, he's the manager of the bottling station.
Oh. Oh, okay. You walked us around. We walked around
Yeah, yeah,
together
yeah, yeah.
around the press.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably also a new member of the cooperative will be connect is Chrysostomos. I will introduce him. So if he will open his camera because he's busy, he's going to be in the west part of the island because slowly some hotels are opening and we want to do some connections
Ah,
about our product to see, yes, how we can support the local market. Uh, so maybe he will connect. Is let's say a sales manager of the local market here and also for Europe.
yeah. Um, okay, so
But
you sell to local markets too.
Yes, it's very important when you are producing something, people from the area to find you, to see your effort and to see what you are doing, not just only export. And also, because we are talking for food, it's very important that you are respecting the local community because there is periods that the people don't have olive oil, even some local. So you need to have to serve them. And as you know, our first of all, our product is honest and
Yeah,
our prices are fair,
yeah,
and the people likes it.
yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Well,
wonderful.
yeah, Justin, I was going to suggest, would you want to add your name in so that on the recording it shows your name?
Oh yeah, right.
Mhm.
I can do that.
Mhm.
So did I understand, Panos, that you have someone else who might join in later?
Maybe.
Who might join the call?
Was there someone who was going to join the call later?
Sorry.
Did you say there was someone who was going to join the call later?
No,
Maybe.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Well,
maybe Chrysostomos.
that'll be great. Yeah, the more the merrier. We're happy. We're happy to be meeting y'all, or I'm glad to be meeting y'all for the first time myself, and thank you for taking the time to have this chat with us and help us learn a little bit more about what y'all are up to and the context of your work, and then to be able to share this. So what we're hoping to do is be able to really help people here in the United States in the Southeast region. Um, oh, did we lose them?
oh,
Bummer.
hopefully they'll be back. Hmm.
Hmm. Well, looks like I'll be doing some editing.
Right. You mean, okay.
I okay. It was something going on with the connection. Now we are okay. So I miss you.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're back. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was just beginning to say thank you for joining this call with us and sharing about the cooperative and the work that you all are doing. So we just have a few questions we wanted to ask and kind of hear some more about the story about your work and the kind of context of your work in both in Lesvos and your local community, and then kind of, international solidarity economics that y'all are engaging in really inspiring ways with this really wonderful uh medicinal food that is such a big part of so many of our lives. Everyone eats olive oil pretty much every day. And to get to know a little bit about the story about where this special product is coming from, I think is a really wonderful opportunity to connect more deeply with our food, with the farmers, with the international community. And so we're excited about the opportunity here at Cooperate WNC to be exploring the possibility of bringing in a whole shipping container, maybe a small shipping container, maybe a full-size shipping container full of y'all's amazing olive oil and lacto-fermented olives, and distribute that to communities throughout our region. And so that's the kind of big picture of what we're trying to do today, is just tell the story of your work, the Modousa Co-op, and help people understand the opportunity here to support you and kind of connect with these growers and these traditions from Lesbos. So maybe we could just do a quick little round and say our names and maybe a brief kind of who we are in the organizations we're with, and then we'll start off with Zev's got a few questions for y'all. So I'm Justin. I'm with Cooperate WNC, and I'm the new bulk purchasing coordinator, helping to kind of coordinate purchases from all kinds of different suppliers, bunch of different products that we're looking at sourcing from value aligned producers who are working on kind of regenerative practices, and so we're aiming to bring supplies to farmers and residents, food and farming supplies, and help them achieve a big cost savings by coordinating bulk purchasing together, and kind of have an experience of the power of working together and building kind of solidaristic ties and mutual aid in our communities through collaborating on these purchasing projects together. And right now we're exploring bringing in this purchase of the oil from the Modousa Co-op, and this would be one of our biggest logistical challenges we've ever taken on so far. But we're excited for the challenge and the opportunity to work with y'all. And with that, I will pass it over to Zev.
Okay, I won't say much right now, but I'm Zev Friedman. I'm the founder and director of Cooperate WNC. And yeah, and Panos and we met in 2023 in July after John Ristakis introduced us to each other. We didn't actually get to talk much about John, but about your relationship with John. Maybe we'll get to hear more about that. But and I got to come and visit you and your family and tour the facilities of the oil co-op, um, and hear some about the origin story of the cooperative and the history of olives on Lesvos, and we ate a really beautiful meal sitting on the bay. What was that bay that we were in the taverna, sitting right next to the water?
Yera,
Yeah,
Yera Bay.
Yera Bay. Oh, that was such a beautiful moment. Really delicious food. Um, yeah, and that's all I'll say for now. I'll pass it over for introductions to you two, to Panos and Yorgos.
Your, my name is Yorgos Yannikos. I am the manager of bottling station here in the cooperative. From the when we take the olives from the farm, going to the olive press, after all the process, we will sell the process, and after this, we put all the olive oil to the station here to Modousa, and starting with the bottling. Okay, and me, I am the last one because I have a very long name. So I am Panayotis Karavatakis. Okay, and I am a member of the first of all of the cooperative, like Yorgos is. I am not the manager of the cooperative, you know. I just have some more knowledge, and we are using it inside of the cooperative. So simple. Nobody's a manager. Nobody's, you know, not manager is responsible about this. Okay, yeah. And also I am responsible about the market, and also about the financial, about the cooperative and the idea, and you know, to keep on the line. Modousa Cooperative, if you want me to continue, so I can introduce also the cooperative except myself. Modousa, it starts from a worry from local people before, let's say, 20 years, success people in the agricultural sector and in the olives production and olive oil production for the area. Because one of those, it was me, because I have one workshop with table olives and olive paste that is now inside to the cooperative. But in these days, I was working alone. And then we decided to do around to 2010, one non-profit organization for the area. So we will be all together to go, for example, together to the exhibitions, or to some competitions, or to go to buy together some things, or to sell together our products. We did it because we want to show to the local farmers that there is a possibility to make a cooperative, to make a product from, you know, plenty of farmers with very good quality, and to sell it to the rest of the market, because until then, the Italians used to buy our olive oil, take it to Italy, bottle it, and serve it to rest of the world as an Italian. Okay, you know, we are not blaming them. They are smart and they can do it. So we decide to save. And also in the same period, it was the economical crisis, as you remember, in all of Europe. So because it was not a good price also for the product, and the people didn't have money, start cutting olive trees that is for centuries, you know, like sculptures. Zev, when he was here, he showed, and he knows what I'm talking about. And we said we have to do something. If the product doesn't have any value, then the cultivation will go to the garbage. And then this beautiful landscape for our island will be a disaster. We did this non-profit organization. We had a very big success. And in 2014, before 10 years, we said, now it's the time. We create videos, you know, there is plenty of all of this to show to people, because until then, nobody knows that Lesvos have a unique production of olive oil. And I will explain later on why I'm saying unique. So in 2010, we decided to create parallel with the non-profit organization, one cooperative, but we didn't want to create a cooperative as the rest of the cooperatives existing. We want to do a social cooperative that will be based to the social community and to have an impact to the local community straight away. This was very important to us, these two lines. 9 people, they start in the beginning, and in less than 4 years, we became like 67, something like this. Until then, we are continue in this number now. Our product, when we start, already the non-profit organization did some very serious research about the unique of the product that I say. Why it's unique? Our variety, the name is Kolovi. Kolovi variety, it's growing only here in the series. We're talking for about 9 million olive trees. 9 million olive trees. In the habitat, about farmers, it's like 15,000 farmers in, in all of the area. So Kolovi, it's growing only here, as I said. So we start doing a research about the quality of the product, the characteristics, the polyphenols, the chemical reactions with the University of Athens, the chemistry, and two different directions. One was to check it about the chemicals and about the DNA and about everything. And the rest one, it is with the pharmacologists to see if this olive oil has, because it's unique, has something more to give. And unique it is because if you see the rest olive oil from all over the world, the color is green olive oils, if you know something about the olive oil. Why it's green? Because most of the people in all of the world, they are cultivating the olives completely green. And if they are not doing that, and they are going a bit later, the fruits will fall down and the fruits are very small. So the story will finish. And because of Spain, the rest of the world learn that the color of the olive oil is green. Our olive oil, it is gold, the color, gold green, because we have less chlorophyll inside and more polyphenols and the good benefits of the olive oil. This has to do with the variety. As we are saying, for example, there is oranges that is very familiar to us. There is oranges for juice. There is oranges to clean it, you know, Merlin or whatever. So just, I'm an agronomist, first of all. I forgot to tell that. And also Yorgos is an agronomist. So we saw that our olive oil, except that is very friendly, is not aggressive olive oil. You know, it doesn't burn you here. The amount of the polyphenols that it has inside, to find it in the green olive oils, you need, you know, to find an olive oil that is very bitter, very aggressive, and you know, you don't feel so nice when you eat it. With this one, you feel perfect and like this. That's why it starts from that, to have a campaign and to fix very serious. There is a different way of production. This olive oil, the premium, and this olive oil, the standard bio. Okay, both of them are bio, organic, but this is the standard and this is the premium quality. What it means that? It means that we are going very special. We are measuring the olives from the farms we are testing before to press them. So we know exactly from which place, which trees we need to harvest, not all the farm. Maybe, you know, I have 10 farms, a farmer. From his 10 farms, he can go to collect, let's say, 30 trees from each farm, because this is for medicine reasons. It needs to be, for sure, the same day pressed, in the same day exactly. Then it's very important to pass without to be affected with plasticizers, because it's very important when you are, you know, you are selling a medicine, not to be pollution with the plasticizers that it's affecting from the process or the bottling or whatever. And then it's very important, we are going for the polyphenols. Polyphenols, as you saw in the newsletter that I try to make for you, so to give you to understand, it is based the health claim of the olive oil on this, and the Global Organization of Health we are talking for milligrams, like the medicines, because it's going by the kilo. So, by the Global Organization of Health, it says that food to have the health claim that it's helping the body to somewhere to have more than 250 milligrams. The olive oil that we are serving in the market, it is based all the time around to 400 milligrams, close to double from this. Why? Because we find with the medicine department of the University of Athens that we have also a chemistry here, a very nice and professional chemistry we have also inside to the facilities of the cooperative, that on this level is the best way for the human body to absorb it, first of all, and not to take something that it will create, and also for very long use. Also, this is very important. Doesn't mean that something is good. You can take it, for all of your life. You need to stop and then you need to start again. For this olive oil, and we are sending very close also to you. Now we are preparing a lorry. He's a doctor, he's a pharmacy company that they are doing also some for helping the body accept the food, these pills or whatever. Primal FX is the name, and the doctor is Ludwig Johnson. If you want to check it, he is in Miami. As far as I know, it's not so far from your place. So
Well, thanks
after
for that.
now.
Yeah, thanks for all the information. It's really fascinating, and I've got a lot of questions that are coming up for me, and it's slightly out of order from what we had thought about. We thought we'd get into the production and the details of the oil later, but I don't see any reason not to just jump right in with that. So I'm curious about the pressing method. I imagine that's really important too, that it's cold pressed at a certain temperature threshold.
Okay.
And your mill, I imagine, is that a traditional stone mill or are you using a screw press?
No, 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 no. No, no, it's a high tech.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
You
it's
did you did you did show me the you showed me the old mill when I was there, the historical mill house. You took me there. It was like a
okay, okay,
museum, right?
yeah,
With the stone presses and all that. Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah. We went just to see the history of the product.
Right.
Yeah.
Now the mills that we have for pressing the olive oil, it is based in general Europe technology. And Italy, Spain, and Germany is the leaders of the technology. How can be Germany, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't have even one olive tree, but doesn't matter. And also, just to give you a number, to understand what is going on to the global world of the olive oil, you know who is the second power of trading bottled olive oil in Europe?
Uh,
Who
Second
can be?
degrees, you mean?
second degrees.
Second,
Ukraine,
no, Germany.
Germany.
Wow.
Germany.
Hmm.
Can we smoke a cigarette? It's okay, or it's not nice for the recording.
Oh no,
You're
go
gonna
for it,
show it to
please.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
whatever you want.
Be
Enjoy.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a matter of respect. If you're gonna show it to people, the two people from Greece smoking, and you, what the fuck? What the business you want to do with this? Sorry. Just to break the ice.
Oh yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have a
So the
high-tech press
the
then.
technology,
Yeah.
yeah, the technologies and how it's going on. I will send you also videos. You will see it. There is a washing machine. First of all, there is a place that we are dropping the olives inside, that we are bringing it or in bags or in plastic boxes. We are, as I said, we are collecting from the morning until, let's say, 3 o'clock, the olives from the field. Then we put it in, clean it from mainly the leaves and the branches. You know, the olives are going clean in the olive press mile. There is a place that, you know, like an open gap that we are throwing the olives over there. Then this thing is passing and it's like a vacuum machine that it's sucking from the top, just only the leaves, the rest of the leaves and the things that they are not going inside. After that, there is a very simple one, washing machine with water, simple, clean water. Just wash the olives from the dust because they are coming straight away from the field. After that, they are going to a mile that they are smashing them. But, you know, used to be in the ancient period, the stones. Now, in these days, there is some mechanical motors that like multis. You can imagine that it's passing inside and it's making the olives like a paste that is together the stone broken and the fruit, the eatable place. So after that, it's dropping inside to a box, let's say inox, everything is inox, and that inside it's mixing, it's standing inside. On this place, we have, it's like a bain marie, this place. So the outside cover, it is water with 27 degrees. Okay?
Not more, not less.
Not more, not less. Very important, 27 degrees. This is closed, no oxygen inside, and start, you know, mixing about half an hour. It needs to be, the olives to be mixed half an hour, so it will break all the materials inside and to make it like one. So it's going to the third stage, that it's a fuga center divisor. By the, you know, by the olive oil is lighter, so it's going outside. The other ones are more heavy, and it's separating the liquid part from the solid part of the fruit. All the solid part of the fruit, it's going, let's say, to the waste, but it's not waste. I can explain to you what we are doing after that. And the liquid part now, after this fuga, it's going to the laval, also another fuga system that is now splitting the liquids, water and olive oil. This is this last stage that we are taking the olive oil, but we need to put it inside to the tanks, let it relax for 1.5 months, depends of the temperatures, and then to filter it. We are filtering it in with paper, very special paper, not nets, not plastic, no. And then it's bottled, ready to go. The waste, if you want, it's going to another factory that is using all the waste of the olive press miles for the island. There is two on the island, that they are splitting again, and they are making like 3% of olive oil inside of this waste. And the rest of the part, we are doing it pellets for heating the houses in the winter.
The heating machines.
Yeah, so we are a cycle economy. And also the leaves from the factories, because you remember I told you the vacuum in the beginning, that we have the leaves. These leaves, we are collecting them and we are making compost that we send it back to the fields.
Wow.
Yeah. Listen, because we are in an island, and if you are a bit studied person, and to travel a bit, very important. You realize that if you are an island, you need to think all the time in the cycle.
Yeah.
And never, never, never as a human, don't think that you are in the center of the cycle. You just, something else is in the center, but not humans.
Mhm.
This is based our philosophy for the cooperative.
Mhm.
And that's why now the new stage that we're going to start doing, I'm doing it, but I was waiting for a certification to exist for Greece. Now it starts, and we are going now to be based, the organic farming in regenerating farming,
Awesome.
Demeter,
Yeah.
Wow, so there's a
because it's very
certification.
important.
There's a certification actually for the regenerative farming. There's a certification process for that.
Yes,
And you mentioned
yes.
earlier
It
that
starts.
there's an organic certification, but you used a word that I was not familiar with. I think it started with a B.
Bio,
Bio, like biological.
biological.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, organic certification, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the standards, by the standards of the US and the not import and all the documents.
Right. Mhm.
Right. Okay.
Can I jump in with a question about that, Panos?
Yes.
Um, well, I've wondered about this for a long time. Like you just mentioned, applying compost back to the olive orchards from the leaves. What are the other distinctions between conventional olive production and biologic olive production, is in terms of herbicides, pesticides, fertilizers, pruning methods, keeping the ground clear, or having other plants growing under the trees, things like that? What are the other differences? And
You want the reality,
yeah, the reality.
not the theory.
I'm open to
Okay.
both, but definitely the reality. Yeah.
Okay. Because the theory in Lesbos is very far from the reality, or the opposite. The theory is that, in the conventional farming, there is chemicals and there is a lot of cultivation and blah, 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 plenty, plenty. The reality for Lesbos is exactly the opposite way. There is, it's not a cultivation, the olive grove in Lesbos, as we know inside our minds about the olive groves, that it's in the rows, you show it.
Right.
The only thing with plasticizers, for example, it is that some people, they are using these plasticizers for the green stuff, for the wild, the things that they are growing under the olives,
Right.
only in the period of the harvest, not all the year. For fertilizers, there is nothing special. Nothing special. The thing is, the difference with the organic farmers that we have in our cooperative, because this is very important, is that we cultivate for them to understand that they need to do some attachments inside to the fields, pruning, cutting the weeds with the machine, put animals inside, all of these things that will help the olive grove and will be better the olive trees, first of all, and then the humans after that. Because if the olive trees are well, then you have a production, then the humans are getting money and feeling perfect.
Right. Mhm.
But you remember the landscape. The landscape in Lesbos doesn't let to be πώς είναι εντατική? Attention farming, farming with chemical plasticizers, fertilizers and whatever. Here is only compost manure, animals, they are eating under the olive grove, and that's it.
Yeah.
There is some spraying for one insect that we have a problem, that also the government did doing this spraying but usually they are using organic products that it's proved for organic farming, for insects or for whatever, not strong chemicals. In the past period they used, but now not anymore.
Mm, mm, mm. So are you saying that this is how all olives are grown on Lesvos, and that so in a sense is the certification just a formal thing to be able to sell it to international markets,
Oh,
or are there other
no,
differences? Yeah.
no,
Huh.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
We are creating a philosophy to the people.
Yeah.
We are not showing them the way only how to make product or we want to create them a philosophy. We want from them to love our planet first of all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't have to do with not all the farmers can be, because there is farmers that they are going only to collect the olives, and okay, that's it. After 2 years again, they are doing something, collect, put some chemicals, small things, just to take few hundreds of euro and finish the story. We don't want farmers like this. We want farmers that they are inside to their fields, understanding what they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Very important to understand what they are doing. And I've sent once to some people that this land doesn't belong to me. I'm just going to use it as long I will be alive. After that, maybe your children, Zev, or Justin, your children, will buy here something. It's easy, you can buy a land, and maybe they become. So my responsibility is
Mm-hmm.
at least to keep it as it is when I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And we know about humans how to make better the things.
Mm.
So not better, as it is, to leave it to the next generation.
But not
Right.
worse. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I can
worse.
imagine having the cooperative approach to the production and the processing and the marketing. All of that brings people together around this kind of philosophy and helps kind of develop it in a kind of a farmer to farmer way where people are kind of helping each other carry that kind of intention. And yeah, I can see the cooperative approach being a big feature of that
Yeah.
being successful. So I'm wondering about how you came to be in a cooperative. In 2014, is that correct? When Modousa Cooperative began? Yeah.
Okay, let's say from 2010, it starts all the melting,
That was
until
when
to
the
be 2014.
Yeah.
2010 was when the nonprofit. Because I remember when I visited with you,
Yeah,
we were driving. I remember you were telling me
it's
about the nonprofit
but
started. It studied the market for years before starting the cooperative.
now, Justin, you just asked me about history. So I will answer to you with a history example. Uh, in 1426, the Byzantium, the Roman Empire, fell to the Ottomans.
Mhm.
Until 1821, 400 years after,
Yeah.
the Greeks understood that there is no more. If they don't do a revolution now, the nation will be end, will not exist. So it started the revolution, and now we have the state that we have against the Ottomans. And we lost plenty of lands, but this is another story. Why I'm saying this example? as I said, the economical crisis starts in 2008 and start depressing and pressing and pressing and pressing people to the limits. Believe me here. And here it came another story that it starts in 2012, the immigration.
Mhm.
So, we are reached the bottom. And we didn't have other solution except to be connected.
Yeah.
It's not so, but I need to give you to understand from which situations, social situations, it starts this cooperative. And this cooperative is very important that the style of the cooperative, all the profit of the cooperative, none of the members can get a cent. Only the workers, except the salary. This is the style of the cooperative. The farmers are getting the price that it's honest and they agreed that they want for this product. But on this, the cooperative, because has needs and have people to work and like this and like that, has some income. This income, except the price that they're getting, all the profit of this going to the workers of the cooperative. That's why we say it's a social cooperative enterprise. For us, it's so good that it happens that because we are giving a lot of work and good money to the people here in the local society, that they are seeing our cooperative as a light to the dark.
Mm.
Yeah. And are some of the farmers also workers?
Yes,
Yeah.
very important to be that.
Yeah.
Why? I will tell you. Because to worker, just a simple worker, to teach him, you need to have somebody on the top of his head or every day for 6 months, for 9 months, depends the thing that he has to do, just to teach him. If there is a farmer inside that is working together with all the people that they are working, it's very easy because it's his business.
Right.
So he can teach everybody. They know everybody. They know everything. We don't, we decided from the beginning of our cooperative not to do, let's say, a control department in the cooperative in every stage. We don't have. But everybody is controlling everybody. Everybody knows the rules, how to product this production. What is the protocol? Everybody they knows what is the protocol about this. Everybody they knows what is the protocol responsibilities for the areas, for the cooperative, for the seminars that we are doing, for everything. And why? Because inside to the cooperative, we are giving the information. We have about 5 different groups in that is everybody inside and getting the information from leaders that they are doing, all of the connections. This is very
Yeah.
important to have the trust. This is the first thing, the trust. And we have trust. And trust, it's something that the other ones are not going to give it to you. If you are deserve to have a trust, then you will get it. But you need to
Yeah.
fight for this.
So do you have is it a multi-stakeholder cooperative? Like you have farmer stakeholders, you have workers, do you have other categories of stakeholders in the co-op in
Yeah.
addition?
Yeah.
What are the other categories?
What do you mean? Sorry.
It sounds like the social cooperative is what I call a multi-stakeholder cooperative, where you have different categories of stakeholders. Farmers,
No.
workers, purchasers would be different.
Members.
They're all just called
No,
members.
members.
Yeah,
Members.
everyone's members.
That's it.
Farmer is a member.
Everybody is equal to the other,
Gotcha.
to everything.
Yeah. And then when I was there, you
It's a
mentioned something.
European.
What's that?
It's a European law.
It's a European what?
It
Sorry.
starts from. It's a European law.
Oh,
These cooperatives. It
yeah.
starts in the borders of Russia and Norway, I think, somewhere there, because when the Soviet Union, fell in the beginning of 90s, these people, they used to work in the Soviet Union, plenty of them. But suddenly, when it stopped, fell this story and became Russia as we know now, they didn't have the connections. They couldn't go to work over there. And they start creating cooperatives with energy, with farming, with different kind, based on this model that we are using now. This model, it starts from there.
Hmm.
It's a North Europe model.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I had heard about social cooperatives more from Italy and Spain and did not realize that they started in Russia.
It was the guy. It was the guy, the exporter that is doing our exports to the States.
Oh,
You remember the exporter that he sent us, John Moiso is his name, John, if you remember.
great.
Yeah. Okay.
But you were when I was visiting you, you were telling me something about how you figure out how you spend the money and the profits from the co-op, and I think you were telling me something about there was like a collective budgeting process where you figure out how to distribute the money to everyone. And that's really interesting to us because we're doing stuff around collective financing here too. But I think you're a lot farther along than we are. And I bet some of the people in our network would be interested to hear how you do it. Would you be willing to tell us some about that?
Είναι 60%.
5%.
No. 5% is deposit.
From the profit. 5% is the profit. Until 40% of this, of the whole, is for the workers here.
For the workers.
Prim from here. And the other
55.
55 is to return the money here to the social community here, doing all this seminars or Panagiotis said,
Whatever.
Panos, whatever.
Whatever
Here.
you want, you need to give it back to the society. The 55%. There is no money, only 5% is the money that you put it on the bank. Just if you want to do something, it's, we don't have money on the bank. We are getting money. Tomorrow is the same day. Because it's the Easter this Sunday. So we have money on the bank. We collect some money now 1 month on the bank. The account will be here tomorrow in the afternoon. We have the meeting, and we will see each farmer how much money for the olive oil that we sell. Give it to the farmers, the workers. Give it to the workers. What it's left for the society, going to the society. From next Monday, you will find us like with 5,000 euro inside to the bank account. That's it. And then again. But this is the beautiful thing of the story, because each time it's like a party when we are giving money, because it's very important to people to think that is a part of the story and also to see results of that.
Yeah.
And, we are not, I used to be in the traditional trade with, costume and gravats and everything. But, these days I was 25 years old. Now it's supposed that I am a bit older, more than double of this. And I had a bit more knowledge, and I'm looking for other things now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Had to plug my
and
computer.
to inspire, to inspire young people to stay in the area. We have a huge problem of that. All the young people are leaving from the area. They are going to the center or to Europe to get better salaries. So we are trying to create also new jobs here. It's very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. Speaking of the party, you showed me your co-op has its own heavy metal band, right? And then also you were showing me the place where that big
The
like
studio.
the big structure where you have celebrations and all the events and stuff. Will you tell us a little bit about the social life and the celebration life
Yeah.
of the co-op?
Mhm. Our facilities, if you remember, is about 5,000 square meters, and it's about the total space, and it's about 1,900 something the covered buildings. On these buildings is the central building that is 500 square meters. You saw it, Justin. I saw it to you before, the big
Uh-huh.
one. That this is the place that we are doing plenty of things. Today, last week, we introduced to the local farmers. We did an experiment with a research station for agricultural, very serious one in Greece, about the protocol how using water in the olive grove cultivation, and not to
Hmm.
do like Spain or like Argentina, that they are using plenty of water and they are spending resources
Hmm.
that it's very expensive
Yeah.
in like water. So we introduced the protocol, how to use and what is the best period, training people, training farmers in the farming cultivation, in the social economy,
The
let's
climate change
the
now.
climate change, for any kind of information that we can give to them. And the rest of the part, we have one part that is the office and the meeting room that we are standing in the office. Next to it is the meeting room. Uh, on this side that I'm showing now also is the band, the heavy metal band
Yeah.
that you mentioned before,
Yeah.
is the studio. After the heavy metal band is the chemistry for the department of the university from Athens. And on this side, or this line of the buildings, is the bottling station with the storages and the packaging stuff and the tanks for the olive oil.
Right.
All the rest, like say 3,000 square meters, it's a yard that in the summertime we are doing things outside. Depends. Even concerts we can do. We can bring, for example, one artist that for the local ones it's not so easy to see them, and everybody likes him.
Hmm.
So, musician or theater productions or plenty of things that we've seen that people likes it and makes them happy with no ticket, with nothing. You know what I mean? It's free.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's awesome. I bet that really creates a sense of goodwill in the community and support for the cooperative that you're hosting all these cultural events.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
If you go, for example, if you check in our Facebook in Modousa,
hmm.
you will see, activities like, we make seminars, how to make cheese, how to make pounder, how to,
Hmm.
things that they will teach to the people, how they will start thinking how to be autonomous with not depending from somebody else or like this, and based on the ecology.
Hmm.
This is the
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm. Um, I have another question, but Justin, I wanted to see if you wanted to ask anything first.
Uh, well, yeah, I mean, I'm just feeling so inspired by this kind of the way you're describing the kind of profits.
And just to tell you, maybe will help. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
And just to maybe will help this discussion to go now to another stage, except the explaining the story is because of all of that we say, we tried also to find markets, customers or clients or whatever, networks that we are close to the philosophy and everybody will understand each other, what he's doing, you know?
Yeah.
So we have a very strong network in Europe that is based in Germany, but also in Belgium, in Netherlands, in Austria, in Luxembourg. There is some countries now we're starting in Sweden that these networks is consumers networks that or organizations or whatever that they are buying for us once per year. As you are thinking, they are doing a campaign, then they are saying to us, we are thinking that we reach this amount, then we keep for them the product. They are doing the campaign, we are bottling in the 5 liters, 1 liter, depends, or the premium one with the health benefit or whatever. And then we are packaging and we are sending once per year. And this is finished. So as I understood, you are thinking to do something similar like this. The name of that, if you want to check it, is Soli Oli. S-I-L-O. Sorry.
SOLI.
S-O. Yeah.
O-L-I.
As
O-L-I.
in
Yeah.
solidarity, right? SOLI. Yeah.
Solidarity.
Solidarity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Solidarity oil.
Right. Fruits of
So it's a very nice
solidarity.
campaign.
I've seen the website, the
And
Fruits of
another one.
Solidarity website.
Yeah.
It finished yesterday, the campaign for them, for Germany.
Wow.
Not yesterday, 3 days ago. Maybe if you will see in the website, you will find more. And another one is Eco and Fair. Eco and Fair.
Echo and
That
Fair.
in Belgium, this one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, that reminds me of a question, which is you and I were talking a couple months ago, Panos, about solidarity and the kind of rise of fascism and violence on the planet right now, and how having cooperatives of people taking care of each other is part of a way to survive in that and respond to it and have community power. And would you be willing to speak some about how you think about that, the role of your cooperative in political power, and how you work with solidarity with cooperatives in other parts of the world, who are doing the same thing?
Yeah. The truth is that fascism to growth usually using 2 ways. One way is the insulation of the human beings to be alone, so they can feed you whatever they like, or by religious.
Mm-hmm.
Our religious, thanks God, is not on this style. The Orthodox Christians are not on this style. I don't know. I think also the Catholics and most of the religious, I don't believe there is any kind. But if you are using the religious, then you can create the fascism. To fight against the religious is very difficult, but not to be alone. Our way of cooperation is giving this opportunity. People not to be alone, people to be informed, and is a way that if you want to fight fascism, is a way, not to be alone. To be together with the community helps a lot. All of these people, they are fishing people to be alone, to give them a meaning of the life. This is how fascism is growing.
Mm. Mm.
And that's why I believe that it's helping a lot what we are doing against all of these things, you know. And even if you have you know, you are a sensitive person,
Mm.
you are taking care of the earth and you are love
Mm.
what you are doing, it's not so easy to be a fascist.
Mm.
Uh, you need to have another kind of environment to grow these kind of feelings and ideas.
Mm.
We are okay about this. At least we are okay about this. And we had very difficult problems, you know, because most of the people that they arrived here was Muslims. And we're talking for hundreds of thousands of people, you know. But
They passed every day.
they passed.
Every day.
And some of them, they stay for years. There is about 5,000 people that are living here. They cannot leave. They are not allowed to move. It's a strange story with the law in Europe about immigration. So we are okay. We are okay. From what we are seeing now, it's happening to the rest of the Europe. We are okay. And Greece, because we had the you know, we are a nation for more than 2,000 years of history, but our new democracy, it's very fragile. It came before about 50 years ago,
Right.
1974. It ends the dictatorship. And before that, we have the Second World War, that we have the Nazism. You know, it's not far all of that. My mother, she's born in 1939, in the middle of the Second World War, you know. She remembers everything. My father was born in 1929.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very close to us. What is fascism? What is Nazism? But in the rest of the Europe, you see what is going on. You see Meloni in Italy. You see Le Pen in France. You see what happened now in Germany. You see what happened Urban in the what is Poland
Yeah.
and Hungary and all of Hungary. So the world is not going in the good way. But the rest, you see what's going on now with Trump. You see what happens when Zelensky arrived over there, and they are talking like, you know, even to your employee, you are not talking like this.
Yeah.
Even, you know, you give a respect to it. But it's a new way of thinking now. And you know also about the taxes that he wants to add in
The
the
tariffs.
products. Yeah, tariffs, yeah.
Yeah, you told me last that when Trump was in the first time that the tariffs didn't impact imports to the US from Greece, but do you have any
Now,
opinion?
now we have another 3 months.
It's frozen. They are freeze now to 10%, as it was.
As it was.
As it was the same.
But in 3 months,
Maybe it will change.
will change.
Okay,
Maybe.
that's a good good to
I,
know.
We don't have Chinese products.
I cannot tell you for your president, you know. You
Yeah.
know better than me.
I don't know if I do know better than you, but
I understand.
Mm. Um, I'm just looking at our notes. Yeah. Justin, what do you have? Where do you want to go?
And I'm thinking that if you, I don't know what is your status now, and you write to me that you are thinking to do something, let's say, there is no any problem for the olive oil. If you feel ready and you want to do the order just in the beginning, there is no any kind of problem in the temperature because, even in the containers, there is no high temperatures like this. We are
Okay.
sending all the time. Let's say if you want to order for a month from now, because also we need the preparation to find the live ship. It's
Yeah.
not like the transportation that we are doing, let's say, inside to the continent. We are
Right.
moving from continent to continent. So this, we need to find the right lorry, the right ferry to come there. So it takes time.
Yeah.
And as I'm saying, as faster you are doing it, as more fresh is the olive oil, and as better. But there is no any problem for the quality of. But okay, you understand. It's a matter of freshness. Let's say it's losing, but it can stay for 2 years like this with no any problem
Right.
to have the same character. But
Yeah.
and also there is another reason that for us is very important because the farmers, they are not, we are not, as if we was a business that we are buying from the farmers the olive oil, pay them, and then to do the market as we like, to sell it and to make more. Okay, but our business is the farmers are bringing the olive oil all together and waiting to sell it and to get money.
Right.
So for us, it's very important, let's say, until June to sell everything to get the farmers the money that we own them, and to make summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know about Greek summer. It's very
About
famous, the Greek summer.
what do you mean? What do you what about Greek summer? What do you mean?
Greek summer and Greeks are very, when you say Greeks and Greek and summer is one.
It's one thing.
We are living for the summer.
Yeah, you want to
Those
be done with your sales so you can have a summer,
Uh
just relax in the summertime.
Panagiria. Go to
yeah,
the
man.
Panagiria. Yeah.
Paralia.
Yeah.
Did I think I saw a note
Panegyria,
from
yeah.
Zev
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
about this past harvest season was the most abundant in 20 years. Is that right? You had a very abundant harvest season this year?
You had the most olives in 20 years or something?
Yes. Usually, because as I told you, our olive grove and our variety, it's a very ancient. We're talking now for trees that I have in my land, the ages of my trees is about from 200 years old until 800 years old. So if you're talking for such an ancient species, the only effect that it has is only from the environment that, as an agronomist I'm talking now, can change the chromosome and the genetical type of the species.
Mm.
These trees are so, let's say, if, based on the climate
Right.
conditions for the area, but they are not based yet in the climate change conditions
Mm-hmm.
that became so fast. So the reactions of the trees all of these years was not to give such a good harvest, instead, to adapt in the new situation.
Right.
Year by the year now, our olive trees will be much better. But we had about 20 years to see such a good production in quantity and in quality, same time. That's
That
why we're saying this year is an opportunity to create new networks
yeah.
that we can serve them in the next years. And we don't want to look for another, except the local market and some positions in Athens, for example, or in Thessaloniki, that is shops and collectives that they are in social economy and they work. Nowhere else, not in the supermarkets. We don't want to have any connection with all of this kind of trade.
Got it. That reminds me of another
We want
question.
to give it.
Sorry, go ahead.
We want to give you and to give to the people that they are taking products from us. It's like we are doing the dinner in our house. When somebody is taking this and use it to his house, it's like I am giving him my heart as a farmer, as a producer. It's not just a simple product, you know. That's why many people they are saying to us when we are packaging the pallets, when we are sending the products, they are calling me and they say, Mr. Karavatakis, you know, people that they don't know me, how can be, you know, we get a pallet and we thought that inside is a gold, you know, so beautiful, so close, so like this. I say, it is a gold. It is a part of our soul. It is a part of our life, and it's a part of our history.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking sometimes when I'm in my fields and I'm sitting under a tree that I'm saying like this age is 500 years old. And, you know, sitting down and putting my back on the tree and, you know, I'm thinking, and we are with the workers and talking for the harvest or any kind of work that we can do. And I'm saying to them, can you imagine how many people before us sit under this olive tree and talking the same bullshit? And everybody's laughing. This is the point.
Yeah. But you talk the best bullshit. I'm sure that none of your ancestors talked bullshit as well as you do.
Thank you.
I was gonna ask, and I think maybe we're getting close to the end. This has been a beautiful time together, but I was gonna ask a question about, um, I think that you know a lot about the global economy around olive oil because you study it for the co-op and you've talked to me about it before. And I think some of the members of our network would be interested in, would you be willing to speak just a little bit about like the dynamics of the olive oil economy from, you know, Spain or Italy or South America and Greece and how that influences the prices and especially so people can understand the prices that are coming from your cooperative, you know, and is it because of how well you're, you know, how you're paying your members and farmers? And so I just want to, you know, create transparency for people in our network to understand pricing of oil. Does that make sense as a question?
You mean to make an introduce for the cooperative? To I didn't understand your question.
Okay.
I understand the basic
Yeah.
of the question, but
Yeah. Like I'm wondering how expensive is your oil compared to other oil from other sources, from other countries, or
ah,
other farmers within the Greece? And if you could tell us about what determines those prices, and you know what our purchasers are supporting when they support you. You know what determines your prices. Does that make more sense now?
yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. First of all, we are talking for two kind of different products. Let's start with
Yeah.
a product that is a massive production. This massive production, mass production farming, you know better than me in the States that you have this kind of farming. The same happens in Spain, in Italy, in Argentina, in Morocco, plenty of places all around the world that they're doing that, that there are trees on rows like soldiers, you know, with the chemicals, with the pesticides, or not, doesn't matter. Machines that are doing the job. There is no humans There is
Right.
no any kind of history on that. There is no kind of tradition on that. And they are just only based in numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
These trees by the hectare, this olive oil by the tree, this money by the olive oil, this is the expensive, this is the profit. So simple. In our case, we have an olive grove that, as I said, by the years, 800 years old, we have mountains, and each tree has a terrace, you remember, and we saw it.
Yeah.
We are talking for a mountain olive grove next to the sea, not possibility to be a mechanic use, just only some small machines, very simple ones, working with electricity, batteries,
Mhm.
like they will bring you now to see.
Mm.
The other things is huge machines that are going on the top of the olive tree, and the next it is the tractor one that is getting. These are playing with everything. So in one case we have an industrial production, and in the other case we have a manual workshop that is doing very small quantities, but in the end, the power of this product and the energy of this product is completely different.
Yeah.
It's not easy to cultivate, for example, up in the mountains and down in the valley with the machine, all the job. Yorgos now he will bring you a machine to show you how we are harvesting the olive trees.
Okay.
So you will understand how much work is completely different from that. So this makes more expensive this olive oil, but the difference with this olive oil is each bottle you are buying, you are not helping a global company that is based in the economy and can make better profit or bigger profit. You are helping a natural museum. Our island also, it's a UNESCO geopark, all the island from the UNESCO.
Mm.
And we don't have them here. So you are helping something like this to exist, is an olive oil with faces, with names, and last names.
Yeah.
So that's why, and also as I explained to you, there is a feedback to the society that the people will understand that every cent that they are giving, they can see it here to triple it or to make it 5 times more or 6 times more, because another society is moving. The best way is if we can find also something to do win-win, or I don't know what you are producing or something, or a service that you can give to us. We are doing this kind of cooperations that they are not based on money,
Right.
but they are based on values.
Yeah. Mhm.
And every customer that is buying, he knows exactly. For example, when we are selling this bottle, for example, for 10 euro, we are saying the 7 euro is going to the farmer to product this beautiful product, and the rest 3 euro is 1 euro is the bottle, another half euro is the workers, and another 50 cents, for example, is to give back to the local society to do some things for each bottle. This is how we are making our cost for the product, that the people who are buying it, they know exactly how much they are paying and to who. I don't know if I cover your question, but
Yeah. I mean, that was getting at what I wanted to to communicate to people is that you're pursuing a whole social and ecological mission with this work and helping communities, and that's much different than the massive industrial olive plantations in other places. And yeah, and is the pricing a lot different, do you know, between your oil and other oil coming from other places?
no. because they are stealing the producers in the other places.
Right.
What they are doing, for example, yes, they are, for sure they are stealing them. And the second one, they need a profit to exist.
Right.
And they are putting, you have middlemen, you have the middleman from the olive press mile, you have the middleman from the bottling station, you have the middleman from the shelf. If you save all of this, the half of it is the profit that is adding on the top of the farmer cost, the
Right.
cooperative, to do all the jobs and to move everything here in the local society. And you are, as a consumer, you are saving money and you are getting, something that you cannot find it in another way.
Yeah.
Lechaim,
What was that?
lechaim, lechaim.
Gesundheit. Yeah. That's right. I forgot,
It's
Pando,
Hebrew.
you speak more Hebrew than I do. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you've done some you were telling me you've done some consulting for olive growers in Israel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Gaza
So
or
we
never?
are still working about
Yeah, gotcha.
Gaza. Gaza now will be new Monaco for Trump. He say he will do it a hotel. What he will build over there? Something.
Yeah.
So there is no farming. There is no farming land, over there. No, no,
Well,
in Israel, general in the north part of Israel, north,
yeah.
close to Nazareth,
Up in the
the
Golan.
Jordan River up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Golan Heights, yeah.
Golan Heights. Yeah. Well, this has been a wonderful conversation. Justin, do you have anything else you'd like to take us to?
And now, and just to tell you something, now also for this winter, I have some Israelis that they come to see here what we are doing with the olive grove and what is our variety. And they found very interesting about the how ancient is our variety as is because it's an island, it's very close, it's protected to other varieties and like this, and to mixing and to do that. So
Mm,
when we are talking about the genotype of the variety, and we're trying to see how we can make some production for trees, new trees from this variety. And if somebody wants to plant new trees to make it, because the trees are random now, and maybe he wants to make it in just to put the same variety and not to bring another variety from another place from the earth, because there is plenty Picual or Abekina, Koroneiki,
right.
plenty of varieties that they are affecting and polluting all over the world about the olive grove cultivation.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, it's like the genetical modificate products. It's not.
Mhm.
Justin, what happened to you? You don't have a microphone.
I'm taking it all in. There's so many things you're doing, so many layers to it.
Yeah.
I mean, from every step of the way, you just like so much intention and care.
Mm,
Uh, and yeah, when you're talking about comparing the olive oil you're offering to the world to, what I can get at Walmart here. Um, I don't know if you know about Walmart, but it's a giant box store where you buy very cheap goods. And yeah, it's not it's apples and oranges we say. So it's not a comparison you really can make. It's two completely different products, the olive oil there and the olive oil that you're putting your heart and soul into and offering this liquid gold to the world. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I certainly could keep asking you questions. I think we should probably wrap it up. There's so much here that I want to make sure we kind of keep it digestible for people and make sure we can get this story told to the various people who we're going to be coordinating with here to see if we can organize a big purchase of this oil and sooner than later so we can get y'all can have your nice Greek summer
Yeah.
And
Mm.
so, yeah, I don't have any other further questions, Ev, or anything
I
else
mean,
to.
we didn't say even that Justin also is an oil maker. Justin makes oil from nuts, from acorns and walnuts and
Ah,
hickory.
yeah, you told me. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah. We didn't even talk about that, but that's a whole other commonality. I was thinking about, yeah,
If we start, I'm giving a promise. If we start a cooperative cooperation, I will come to visit and I will help Justin, to teach me how to do it. I'm a good farmer. You will see.
Gladly, gladly. That's
Not
what
a farmer. In your case, I will be a very good worker, not a farmer.
we
trust
want
that.
we want to take you up on that for you to come visit. That would be awesome. But I also want to come visit. I'm dreaming about this summer, about the possibility of this July. I'm not sure though. We'll see.
I wish you to do it, to see you, to have
Yeah,
you very close.
that would be good. There's on Ikaria because I went and met the folks in Ikaria last time, and they
Very
have
beautiful.
yes, and they have a Greek folk music uh, class. I've been studying to play the oud, and they have a class there on Ikaria in early July that is intriguing, but it's very expensive and things to come over, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's expensive too. The flights is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, both of you. Yorgos, Panos, thank you for your time and for your care and attention. And yeah, this is going to help us to tell this story. And we just really wanted people here to get to know you as humans uh, and as you say, to be able to feel your heart in the oil and in the olives. And I think this will help that. And we're going to be organizing on our end to see if there's enough interest to be able to, to organize for a whole shipping container. And we'll be in touch soon about all the details.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you all
Yeah.
so much.